no idea what she's on. It almost looks like she's been cut out of a scene and just pasted on a black background. There's no grounding. I can't, like, she's just floating in space, and we need something for her to be grounded to. Well, hey there. Thanks for tuning in to another photo critique. My name is Mike Lloyd. I am a professional photographer, and I've been educating for 10 years. Also a certified PPA, print competition judge. I have judged both digital and in-person print competitions all over the country and online, and I absolutely love doing it because I get to help other photographers be better at their craft. And real print competitions where you get feedback are an absolutely invaluable source of quality education, because you're not just getting a score, you're not just getting a ranking compared to everybody else, like, which can be neat. Like, I love winning, don't get me wrong, but I want feedback. I want to know how to get better. And that is what image critiques are all about. And even if it's not your own image, you're going to learn a ton. But I always recommend entering your own images. And there's nothing to be scared of or ashamed of. You might not be the best photographer in the world, whatever that means, but it's an opportunity to improve your craft, to say, hey, I'm cool with what I'm doing now and I want to get better. So I would love to take advantage of this opportunity to be a better photographer. So if you want to submit your own images, email me, mike@boudoirguild.com, and I would love to include you on the next one. So enjoy this, and I will see you on the other side. So first thing I'm seeing is the brightest point of the image, which is here, not her face. I know it's hard when our clients are wearing bright colored things like that, but it's why I always recommend not wearing white up against a super dark background. And we lose all detail. I can't tell if she's on the floor or a bed or a couch. I mean, I can see there's some give in the fabric here, so it's something kind of squishy, but I have no idea what she's on. It almost looks like she's been cut out of a scene and just pasted on a black background. There's no grounding. I can't, like, she's just floating in space, and we need something for her to be grounded to. I like the expression. It's fun, it's playful, and the hair over here, I like to do the twirl on the finger. But we're looking at the side of the hand here as opposed to having her turn the hand and twirl it. Again, it's just a little more flattering than seeing the front or the back side of the hand. I love this hand and arm over here, the way we're not at a total 90-degree angle. You've got a little bend in everything. This hand, fantastic. And I love the curve over here. She's a little sunk in on this shoulder. If she could lift up just a little bit more off of that, would elongate her neck a bit. But I think the biggest thing for me is that she's floating in space, and then you're cropped like right at the fingertips, right at the tip of the toes. I mean, especially because you can't see what else is in the background on this. There's no reason you can't expand that, even if you're just going to fill it in with black or whatever else is there. And then just, knock down the whites or the highlights on this part of the body just a little bit. With the dark low-key stuff like this, and I think it's really only low-key because of how much black you have in the background, because she's pretty well or pretty brightly exposed here. Just having this much bright white is very prominent in the image. And then same thing with some of the skin editing techniques, the shadows that appear in the cheeks right here, something, the smile lines, they're not bad. Everyone has them. That can be smoothed out a little bit. Same thing, we've got like a red spot and a highlight there on the forehead. That can be smoothed out a little bit. Same thing on the knee and the leg over here. And again, run these through portraiture, let the computer do all the work for you, or you can go into, or just stay in Photoshop and use frequency separation and smooth all of those out. Like, overall, I like the pose. I like the expression, just the crop floating in space, and then how bright her outfit is compared to everything else in the image. All right, next photo. Okay, now I can see some detail in the fabric over here. Cool. I still got nothing in the background, which at least I can see foreground, so she's grounded. I can see what's here, but the crop is still way tight. This crop, totally perfect. I love cropping through that part of the leg. I love the swoop of her body right here and the way her hand is on her bottom. beautifully placed. You totally nailed that. I love the expression, but you're cropped through just the top of the hair right here, which is weird. The and right there and right there. Like, we need some more space around her. She's so cramped into this tiny little box. Having more space around her is really going to open up this image, because we already have foreshortening from the way her shoulder is up behind the cheek. Like, we don't get the elongated neck, and so it makes her look stubbier, especially when we just don't have any of this space around her. And I don't know if it's just because there isn't enough room in the room to work with, but the foreshortening of the arm here. So instead of having the elbow straight toward the camera, bring it out a little bit so you can see the inside of the arm and the shoulder, which I think just might be covered by the fabric right here. But also, we lose the hand behind the cheek, and it looks like she just has a stump that she's resting her head again. So I pull the hand down a little bit, and this is like an engage the core sit up, not resting the hand actually on the face. Because when the hand, again, when it's underneath all the hair, all we see is stump holding the cheek right there. I love that it's not smushing her face. You did a really good job of that. Yeah, the pose is fantastic otherwise. I love the expression. It's so smushed. Yeah, eyes are super sharp. I don't want to like zoom into the point where everything gets grainy, They don't look over sharpened. They do look sharpened a bit, but that's like one of my biggest pet peeves when, what was it, Portrait Pro? One of the things that they started doing back when they came out was turning everyone's skin into plastic, like a mannequin, and then the eyes were like white, like absolutely just stark white and way over sharpened. It looked ridiculous. So you didn't do that here. I'm not saying that. This is a good amount of brightness and sharpening. So well done. Again, I love the swoop of the body, the curve, the softness of the hands. Like, you're so close. I just want some more space around her, and I want to see some more of that hand. All right. So again, I'm looking through the image. The first thing I see, all this white fabric. And then I go up here to her face. Love the hands. Love the expression. Good positioning of the body. But if I throw the grid lines on here, she's also in kind of a weird spot. She's not, like, the eyes are a little above the third that would be up here. Her eyes, yeah, it's like an in-between two different areas. But she just seems also too close to the side of the frame over on this side. And we've got, pretty tight crop over here and over here. But even if you were to, let me clear those. To keep it the same aspect ratio. There. I know we're losing some of her over here, but now we have proper composition, and we got like this hand down here. Because yeah, now her eyes are occupying that third. We've got this hand down here at this third, and she's centered, evenly balanced here. So you could cover like either side of it, and it feels very balanced. And I don't mind that we're cutting this arm off over here, because this arm is barely in there anyway. The last thing, again, we got so much bright white here in an otherwise like mid-tone and dark image. It's just very, very distracting. So I can see based on the catch light in her eye that you've got a big light source over on this side that's just about eye level. Either bring it up higher or bring it up on this side so it's going down, lighting like the hair more and the shoulder that's turned away from the camera, instead of the bright white that's closest to the camera. Or again, grab an adjustment brush and just knock down the whites a little bit more. But otherwise, again, great expression, beautiful pose. Like the hands, the softness, everything about it. You guys are like totally nailing the posing today. I just want to say, like, overall, so stoked with that. Just cleaning up some of these other compositional elements, and going to be a game changer for these images. Well, that was another fantastic batch of images. Super proud of my students for how far they've come and improving over the last year. Again, I love doing this because I get to see how everyone else improves their craft, and it's great. Like, I'm not like taking credit because they're doing the hard work, but it's amazing as an educator to see photographers I've been working with getting better at their craft. Like, it feels really, really good to see them improving because they're still in it. They're still fighting. They're still loving the game. And it's wonderful to see. And I would love, again, to help you have that same opportunity. So you can send your own images in, up to 5 of them. Keep them under 2,000 pixels on the longest edge. That's like the good size right there. Send them to mike@boudoirguild.com, and I would love to include you in the next photo critique. And if you want to know more about lighting, about posing, about how to get clients, I've got some other great videos here on this channel. Specifically, I've got one, my favorite ways to get clients in 2022. Also came up with one recently that has been fantastic. It is photography basics in 10 minutes, where oh man, that is a whirlwind of information. Even if you're already feel like you got the basics down pretty well and you're already taking some pretty good pictures, I guarantee you're going to learn something in that one. So enjoy those videos. And you are amazing. We'll see you inside.